some principles on relationships that I've learned along the way. And given my background as a person who had a huge learning curve in learning how to be in relationships with others because of being alone so much of my childhood. So here we go, some principles to be mindful of with relationships of all sorts. I would say first and foremost is know yourself. Know who you are so that you know how you can have interplay within relationships. And this could be business, this can be friendship, this can be as a parent, this can be as a partner, it can be in any sort of relational dynamic. If you don't know yourself, you won't know key factors of how to set healthy boundaries, how to contribute within a relationship, how to receive within a relationship, and many other factors. So I really want to drive this home that knowing yourself is so key, because when you are in a relationship with yourself, you can be in relationship with others. Next is a phrase I use. I don't care who you are. I care how you are. I don't care if a person is homeless. I don't care if they are a big studio head. How are they behaving? How are they being in a situation? How are they being around others? How are they treating me? How interesting are they? And I have cut off relationships with some very high profile people because they did not have the value system, integrity, or chose to treat me in a way that I was not okay with. And it is okay to do that instead of using people or leveraging their prestige for personal gain, which at the end of the day, how healthy is that relationship going to be? How healthy is that going to be with that relationship with yourself? How are you going to feel about that at the end of the day? Are you going to have these very surface relationships, or are you looking for something that is more intimate, fulfilling, and overall something that you can go to bed at night not ruminating about, but feeling good about the people that you are around and the people that you are giving your attention to? Look at successful relationships and surround yourself with people in successful relationships. One of the things that I can definitely appreciate within my childhood was having my great-grandparents around until I graduated from high school. And my great-grandparents were married for 72 years, and I wanted so much to have that within my own romantic relationship. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but I still have the patterning of how to esteem towards longevity in relationships. With that, I do have a lot of friendships from all the way from kindergarten and elementary school. And I still communicate to friends. I've reconnected with old friends. And these are the most precious relationships because they are the people that have seen my path. They are the people who, even though at the time I couldn't be able to receive how they shared their friendship in love, that I hear it now and I'm able to receive the things that they say. And it's very fascinating to hear that feedback of, hey, I always thought you were so cool and yada yada. There was no way I could even hear that back then in my childhood. So these friendships are very precious to me, and I'm very thankful for the friends that I do have that I've had within my whole life. And those friendships, we can, come in and out of each other's lives. We might not talk for years, but we literally take off from where we left off. And it's like we've never been apart. Very amazing friendships in that way, and very precious to me. So the greatest factor of a successful relationship is to find by you what you want to create. For me, it's longevity. It's looking at, okay, what is making this relationship work? How is the interplay between the two parties in this relationship? So I do surround myself with older individuals, and it is very beautiful seeing the happiness, the beauty, the commitment that they have towards each other. And there's several people from a major producer, and his wife is a beautiful human being who's a nurse. And so even though that they're apart several times while he's producing movies, their relationship is solid and absolutely beautiful. They are an amazing couple, and it's so cool to witness that and also ask them how it works and seeing just the dynamic between two incredible individuals. One of the things I would have to say is really deepened my skills on relationships is being a parent and taking parenting classes. And not just any parenting classes, but my daughter went to a humanistic philosophy preschool and up until first grade. And the school highlights childhood psychology, brings in communication dynamics, and overall just not just teaches you how to be a good parent, but teaches you how to foster an actual relationship with your child, not a hierarchy with your child, but an actual parenting, healthy relationship of seeing your child as a human being. And with that, and with the best communication practices and how to compliment someone, things like that, of that nature, really supported me in having healthy relationships with those around me. And I still have a lot to work on within that, but it still pushed me into growth and into more expansive knowledge on how to have better relationships, how to communicate better. One of those things is also, having those meetings, having that chance for feedback, having that space to take productive criticism and give productive criticism as well, but in a way that is honoring and overall considerate to the person that you are giving that to. And the last one I'm going to do from this little chit storm is on the giving and receiving. And for me, receiving was definitely a challenge because I don't recall receiving compliments in my childhood. I don't recall having much for me in my childhood. And of course, that distorted my perception of things, but I also had to learn to receive compliments. I had to learn to be able to create space for myself in relationships. And yes, I lost relationships due to that. And I did have a problem with just giving and giving and giving. And even though I didn't expect anything in return, I was giving too much of myself. I was overgiving. I was giving to a point of not having anything left for me. It was a draining of my energy, my essence, and overall lacked self-care, overall lacked compassion for myself. I mean, I was giving so much that it almost broke me. And learning to receive and making sure that there is that exchange is very prime to relationships, because if you build a relationship on you just having that expectation that you're just going to give and not have any sort of equal exchange, which you can do that. There are ways to do that that is healthy, but have the insight, self-knowledge, limitations and boundaries to know that you can give this much, but not exceed beyond that, or else it becomes more of a self-harm dynamic rather than that altruistic kindness and generosity from the heart. Something to be mindful of.